Jordan Bohannon, Jared Stansbury. It's Jared and J-Bo on Iowa Everywhere. This is Iowa Everywhere.
Yo, it's J-Bo and Jared. Man, we gotta shorten this intro.
Wow, that was a lot longer than I thought.
I was just saying, we gotta talk to somebody about shortening this intro. We'll get that figured out here sometime.
Come on, Chris. The fuck
Yeah.
you doing, Chris?
Coming right at him, right out of the gates. It's J-Bo and Jared, Iowa Everywhere. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What's going on, man? How's your week going?
Good, man. You know, just celebrating that big, long Iowa football dub. I fell asleep a couple times, but we pulled it off.
What was it that Chris said to you on Saturday night? This poor stiff one, and what was it? I can't even.
Oh my gosh, she's like, pour a stiff one and let's get weird. I'm like, bro, that is like, I don't
Just
think you
weird.
can say that.
It's just a weird thing to say. I think Chris was on one a little bit Saturday night. I respect it.
Yeah, I was reading through his tweets and like he replied to someone, and he's like, I'm not. Someone asked like how how drunk you are, and he's like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just enjoying the evening. And I'm like, dude, you're a couple deep right now.
Oh yeah, he was. He was for sure. He's been sipping on that Cody Road. You know,
Ooh.
When he's got that, they keep him stocked up so he can drink all night. I think everybody is feeling pretty good for Iowa State undefeated for the first time through non-conference since 2011, man. So everybody's feeling good. But what do you think of the Iowa game? Would you have been sitting out there in that rainstorm all night to watch them play football at 12:30 at night?
I found humor in just following on social media. To answer your question first, no, I would have left the very first lightning delay, but I found great humor in the following, like the updates of the game. Everyone's like, oh, it's canceled. The players are shaking hands. They're walking off. And I'm like, you guys have no idea what is going on actually in the game.
No.
Are we just like flying by the seat of our ass? Like, oh, I saw this thing, so the game's canceled.
Dude, I've sat through two of those, two different times where Iowa State had their season opener canceled. It was supposed to start at like 6:30, and they didn't cancel the game. Literally after Iowa State scored a touchdown, I think on their second offensive play, and then they paused it right then. So it's like 6:45, and we sat in there until probably 12:30 before they finally canceled the game. And then obviously there was a 3-hour delay during the Cyhawk game in 2019 as well, and that is the worst, dude. I can tell you right now, I have never been through anything in my career worse than sitting through rain delays inside of a press box for like 7 hours. It's horrible.
I can't even think about it. Like I was following David Eichel's tweet updating the game, actually it was on Snapchat, and he's like, I can't even, because he kept taking photos of like him in the press box. I'm like, bro, it's 2:00 in the morning. I actually feel, and they have to write you guys write the articles going on after the game too. I think there's a couple Iowa reporters doing some live podcasts after the game. Like, you guys are insane. You got to have like a different kind of dedication to, especially a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, just think like, man, it was rough when I was in college when it's like you have to hustle and cover high school football too. So it's Friday night, you're covering high school football. You know, Saturday all day, you're covering college football. Everybody else is out going to the bars Friday night, getting all drunk at tailgating on Saturday, and I'm working. It was not fun, dude. But it is what you had to do it. You got to grind like that. It makes it worth it then in the end when you don't have to cover all that high school football and all that kind of stuff. But I thought it was funny to see some of the things the students were doing in the crowd at that point. The video made the rounds on Twitter of them eating popcorn, the huge bag of popcorn that, someone at the concession stand was walking out and they're like, yo, we're just going to throw this shit away. Do you want it? And then they're out there eating it, this huge bag of popcorn in the student section at 2:30 or 12:30. The problem that I would have had, I think, if I was one of those students, there wasn't a single one of them that was sober when they got to that football game. How do you think they felt by the time it was 12:30 at night and no one had been, and it's like everybody's been outside? Do you think everybody's outside continuing to drink and then you go back to the game?
I saw they discontinued the selling of alcohol after the first lightning delay, if I'm not mistaken. And that wasn't they usually end at the end of the third quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly. It was what was the time on the first lightning delay? I don't even
I
remember.
mean, it was
But it
like
was
7 or something. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
not
well
that
before
late.
and it was well before the end of the third quarter. And I'm like, why would you? Okay, I'm thinking this from a business perspective, right, Jared? Like
Mm-hmm.
universities, right? They say they're nonprofits, whatever. We all know the bullshit
Yeah,
behind that, but
yeah.
they're making all millions of dollars every game off, concession food, beer sales now in Iowa. All these tickets, like, why would you not capitalize on this moment? Because a lot of fans left. Why would you just not keep serving everyone up and up and up and up until the end of the game or until the end of the third quarter again?
Well, I imagine the element of time would be a concern, especially if everyone can just continue to drink and not have to go and watch football. Everyone would have been really drunk. You would have made a lot of money, but basically at that point, you're running like a bar. You're just running a bar inside of Kinnick Stadium.
Why not run that shit up? Run the tab up. Get someone going. Gary Barter should have been like deep in the trenches behind.
There would have been a bartender that's like, hell yeah, I'll stay around.
Absolutely. Think about the tips they could have
Right.
gotten.
Especially
Like,
once all of them got pretty drunk. Man,
right.
you're right. Missed opportunity.
Huge missed opportunity. I don't know. I just think they could have went about it, and more
That-
fans would have stayed.
If
It could have
there'd
been
been a smart entrepreneur, they would have been outside the stadium selling beer outside the stadium, like right outside the stadium.
during the lightning, while the
Yeah,
lightning's
during the
going,
lightning. Yeah,
under
if
the
someone
metal
was,
bending.
yeah,
They're holding the beer cans up, the aluminum cans.
yeah.
I
Oh
don't know.
man,
I just think
yeah.
they should have. That's my
I
opinion, though.
I don't think I could have done it, dude. There's no way I'm sitting out there in the rain like that all night to
Well, I was
watch that
surprised.
football game, especially. Like,
Oh,
oh man,
one thing,
against such a bad team.
if it was like Iowa State, 100%, like no matter what,
Right.
you gotta do what you can to keep those fans. But I mean, Nevada, like let's be honest, I had trouble staying awake to like one.
I would have rather, if I was them, I would have rather just gone home, man. I would have been like, we're already down. Like everybody knows how this is gonna go. We don't need to play this last 27 minutes for them to prove that they're better than us. We get it. We can go home.
I heard they actually like were looking to find hotel rooms and they're gonna stay. And I don't know the exact like how it was gonna happen, but like they're trying to find a hotel room like for the team and they're gonna play the rest of the game on Sunday. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Well, I mean, I saw like, that was a discussion. That's like impossible though.
That would have been a logistical nightmare. Like, let's be honest. How is that even like an option? Like whoever brought that option up deserves to be fired.
Well, especially then because you still have to play a game in 6 days,
right?
Like you just shorten your recovery time and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's already kind of shortened, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that was idiotic that I heard that.
That was something else. Elsewhere on Saturday, the Appalachian State. What a crazy day that had to have been in Boone, North Carolina. Like if I could have been anywhere in America on Saturday, I think I would have chosen to be in Boone, North Carolina with college game day in the morning. And then they turn around and have a crazy game with Troy, end on a game winner. I don't know. What do you think the turn up was like in Boone, North Carolina Saturday night?
I watched a little bit of game day. I don't know if you watched any of it, but they had Luke Combs on. I mean, dude, that looks like a fun ass like mountain, like that's like the typical like mountain town like you hear folk tales about. Like I want to go visit and like experience the night of. It looked amazing to be at. Yeah,
I think that that's like a gem of college football. One of those schools that you would never think that would be really cool to go and watch a game at, but I bet it's awesome. I bet it's impossible to get there though. Like really hard to navigate your way to the middle of nowhere in the mountains.
Yeah, no, I think Appalachian State. I mean, I feel like every time I watch Appalachian State on TV, they're doing something unbelievable. Last time I watched them, I didn't see any of their current games, but I mean, I don't know how long the Michigan game was. I feel like it was a long time ago, but I feel like they have those games every single year. I feel like they have those games every single year, though.
I mean, even the week before that, they went on the road and beat Texas A&M, and then the week before that, they played to like what was the final score, like 63-60 or something against North Carolina.
They put up like 46 points in the fourth quarter or something insane.
Yeah, I guess I gotta go to an Appalachian State game at some point. All right, we just lost Jordan for What, 5 minutes
I
or,
so
or
I
something?
we were just talking. I think someone like threw a EMP like on my fucking house. My whole house just went black.
You're the only one on. I bet everybody in the neighborhood's house probably just went back.
I
Not
don't
just
know.
yours. A squirrel probably just got roasted or something on one of the electrical lines.
I have no idea. There's a bunch of noise going up. There might be a actual Modern Warfare 2 match happening upstairs. I'm not really sure. Or that's my dog. I don't know. Okay, let's
Uh,
go.
all right. We talked about Appalachian State. Now we'll go to. Did you see the video Herm Edwards after their loss to Michigan State Saturday night, walking off the field, talking to the president and athletic director from Arizona State, and it appears as though I don't know if he got fired directly on the field, but at least probably learned that his fate would not be good on Sunday. What did you think of that?
Yeah, that was kind of bizarre. I don't think too many times you see the president and the
AD on
AD.
the field,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. They definitely were talking about something regarding the game. So I don't. I if they did, that's not the time and place, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Herm's had a lot of problems. It's like maybe you just want to get out ahead of it before he goes in to speak to the media or something like that.
Well, do it back in
But
the
I mean, I
line.
don't know. Yeah, it would still be weird. Like, obviously, it would be a weird story, but by the bar of what's weird in college athletics, it'd probably be pretty low, I think.
That's true. I mean, they're going to give them a bag to leave and not coach at their school at the. I mean,
They should have been like, hey, just so you know, your office is already cleaned out. You just got to pick up the box at the front desk and turn in your key, and we'll never see you again.
I want to know like the exact exchange because that's like exactly what I feel like happened. Because he like shook I don't know if that was the president or AD's hand to start with, and then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, one of them was pointing or something. I don't know what exact was happening. It was just a very bizarre scene and something I feel like should have been happening in the tunnel or locker room.
If you were a college football coach and were about to be fired, where would you how would you want to be fired?
Ooh, how would I want to be fired? Definitely not on the field.
I think if I was going to be fired, I would want to know that I failed so epically that they did just fire me on the field. Like, it's like, hey man, you can't do it. We all know. Like at that point I would know. It's like, yeah, I can't do it. I don't know. I get it.
I feel like knowing me, I would have to go out on my own terms first before. But again, they're being smart because if you get fired, you get more money, or you get paid to not coach, basically.
Right.
So
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, all right, well, as long as, hey, what's my buyout again? Pay that. We're good. I'm hopping on a flight to, I don't know, Jamaica. I'm going to Jamaica if I get fired.
Jamaica, of all places, you choose Jamaica.
I don't know. I just threw something out there.
What's your top 3 places you would love to visit?
My top three places I'd love to visit. Oh man. I've never been to Boston. I would like to go to Boston. It's not really like that does not factor into Jamaica at all. But
Just like the polar
London. I would like to go to London. And I would like to go to Australia, dude. I think it'd be badass to go to Australia.
You want to deal with all those bugs and snakes and insects
in Australia? Well, I mean, yeah. If I'm I'm not going I'm not going to like the outback. I want to go to Sydney or something like that.
You don't think they have those same? It's the same. It's in the middle of the ocean. It's the same. They're ocean locked.
We're kind of in the middle of the ocean too.
True.
I mean, we're technically in 2 oceans.
We're technically all in one ocean if you think about it.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it. No, I'd definitely go to Australia. I would go on some sort of safari tour of the outback or something. Like, I can't go to Australia and not see kangaroos and koalas and all that stuff, but I don't want to go. I'm not going to go camp out there. I'm just going to go to like a city and hang out in Sydney.
You know what
maybe,
I would love?
I would maybe learn how to surf.
Yeah. I've been trying to surf on the lake, did a little wake surfing the last couple of years. It's been fun. But you know what I would love to try to do? If time travel was real, I would love to go back when Pangea was a thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
What do you mean? Well, obviously, I would have like the technology
the technology to stay safe.
And I'll go, yeah. Like I'd be a fucking bazooka in a tank rolling around. But think about how cool that would be.
I mean, yeah, it would be cool. It would certainly be something. I don't know if that would be the first place I'd want to go if I had a time machine, like all the way back to beginning of time.
Hell yeah, you wouldn't? You want to see how we were like
Well, I
formed?
mean, maybe I would want to go and see, but I don't know that I would want to spend much time there. I don't feel like it would be a very welcoming place to humans.
Yeah, but you're like a different species almost at this point, like because you have all this technology with you. You're almost like you're not even.
It's almost like Fallout, but like without the nuclear bombs, like the opposite of the nuclear bombs and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
right.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Or just even,
it
or
would be
just even,
cool. Don't get me wrong, it'd be cool. It
or
would.
just even go like all the way back, like once, like how, like
Where would you go if you? Okay, so now we're going to the Big Bang. Like, where would you even go if you tried to?
no, way before the
That's
Big
like the
Bang.
creation of
No,
time.
no, 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 way before the Big Bang. Like Earth, like how, or how did Earth become Earth?
I feel like this would be advanced, like really advanced time travel. This would have to. This is not just basic level time travel.
Like this, the single moment the planet, like
was created. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it would be badass if, all right, if I had got my hands on time travel, this is how I would use it. Not to go back to the beginning of the creation of
Why?
our entire existence. I would go back and I would create a sports tourism company
Oh,
where people go back in time and they go to famous sports events.
That is the lamest shit ever.
No, it's not. That's a moneymaker right there. That's money. That's printing money.
I just want to see things. I don't even care about the business side of it. You're thinking as a entrepreneur over here.
I mean, obviously, I want to go to the games too. So, like, I'm not just there for making money. So there's also some pleasure involved.
Would you want to go back to like when the Greeks and Romans were assassinating and murdering people in the Colosseums? Is that?
I would go to the first Olympics. I would go to the first Olympics for sure.
Was there murdering in the first Olympics? I'm not up to date
I
on.
imagine
Greek.
so. I think that was like what sports were. It's just we're gonna murder someone. Everybody, come on out.
What's your opinion on Greek gods and goddesses?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think I have an opinion. I don't think I've ever considered it, to be honest.
Isn't it a wild concept, though?
I mean, yeah, like that they created those things,
or they created them.
Well, I mean, that's what they.
You know what I mean?
That's what they believed. Yeah, I guess that's what they believed.
Or are they just like normal people just wandering the streets and all of a sudden they were a god because they did something?
Well, that's what Hercules was. Haven't you seen the movie?
I feel like I've seen a lot of Greek movies.
You've never seen the movie the Disney movie Hercules from the 90s?
Yeah, but that's not really like, I don't know.
Don't tell me that's not. Then I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
I'm talking about
all I know.
I'm talking about like gladiator shit. Like that's
like the Romans. That's the Romans, not the Greeks.
Okay, same concept. It was during the same time, wasn't
it? It's been a long time since I took Western civilization class at Iowa Western Community College when I was a senior in high school. Here, I can get you some answers. When was the Greek Empire?
Before you do that, I think another EMP was just thrown on my house. My light just flickered. For people that are watching on YouTube currently, I know you guys saw that. Jared didn't, but it did happen.
I was gonna say I'm reading about ancient Greece. Sorry. The Greek Empire lasted from the 12th century to the 9th century. Holy shit! This was a long time ago, man. No, because this is like time going backwards, isn't it? Isn't this like this is BC? Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Isn't it like BC now to be more politically correct? How to even?
I don't think so.
No, they like changed like the terminology.
Well, yeah, I think they did. Yeah, but I don't know what that is. What the new time of it is. I don't know. I can't get answers for you here. I'm trying to read Wikipedia, but it's a really big Wikipedia entry.
Here's another
a lot. Okay, it's a lot for me right now.
Here's another question for you.
Okay.
How do you even like the storytelling from long ago? Like, how did it get from 12 BC to now? Is it?
Oh, we don't know. We don't know any of these things, dude. That's what I.
So what do we know as a human civilization?
Oh my god! I really want to get deep tonight. Okay.
We just survived. Is that it?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that we do know that, like it was a long time ago and can probably have a rough idea of when these things happened, but they also didn't have like a similar way to measure time then, did we? Or did they like we have? Obviously there was a set point in human history where we all started to follow along the same time, and then now that made it much easier, I think, to chart when things happen in like historical events. But we didn't have that for a long time.
Yeah, this is the whole thing fascinates me.
How did we get on this?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Archaeology, like that shit, that's crazy. I mean, it's
That's
the same thing.
fascinating.
You talk about Pangea, like finding the dinosaurs, all that stuff, and then archaeology, they answer the same questions about Greece and Rome and all that stuff.
I didn't talk about finding the dinosaurs. I just wanted to go back to Pangea and just like maybe do even like a little flyover just to see like everything connected.
I would like to see what Iowa looked like before people lived here.
Yeah, like that stuff. That's kind of what I'm going on, like how everything was before it was,
Before humans came along and destroyed everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
True that.
That's what it basically boils down to. All right. Iowa State yesterday announced their updated plans for Cy-Town across the street from in between Jack Trice Stadium and Hilton Coliseum. This is a long project that's going to take some time. I think phase 1, they're hoping to start later this fall. Doing some work on some parking lots and things like that, resurfacing all that area, and then hopefully start working on the next phases soon. What did you think of the plan from what you saw of it yesterday when it came out?
I think it's incredible. Like in my as unbiased opinion as I can be to make. I mean, I've never tailgated at Ames. I've never really hung around Ames.
I just saw it. You just saw it.
There's something weird going on.
Are you in like Paranormal Activity?
No, I think we're talking about all this like crazy shit that there's people that are
this crazy shit. The time travel people are coming
questioning
for you now.
life over here. Anyway,
yeah.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I've never really experienced like Ames as like a college life, right? Like I've only experienced it as like a basketball life. So from everything I've seen, like it's nothing compared to Iowa City. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased saying that, but the fact that they're trying to do something like this and putting that amount of money towards it, I think the final approval is going to Regent soon or something. But
yeah, in November, their November meeting.
Yeah, so I think it's awesome. They're trying to reamp Ames and trying to do something special to create a more community, environment. I think anytime you can do that to create more of a community feel, like Iowa City, I feel like has done a really good job at it. It's gonna pay dividends in the future.
I'm interested to see how much that is utilized by students. And I mean, obviously they have the campus town area right across the street from campus already, where a lot of the people live too. That I feel like I find it hard to believe that students are going to be down there all the time partying down there.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it'll be cool and it'll be cool for the games and everything like that. Especially, as someone was throwing out yesterday, they're going to have that whole area that's like an amphitheater when they can have game watches and stuff like that during road games or whatever it may be. That's going to be really cool. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see it come together. It's like almost hard to even imagine it at this point because it's kind of it's like I said, it's a long timeline to get all this stuff done, I think.
I'm hoping, because I was reading a little bit of an article that there's a bunch of like apartments and studio apartments and restaurants and stuff. I'm hoping they put like, it's not like franchise stuff. I hate when cities and towns get to more franchise like restaurants and malls and like just make it really local and keep it local, like kind of how Iowa City has. I think Iowa City's definitely getting more franchise, but I think the more local stuff, the better the community continues to build around it.
Have you ever been to the Power and Light in Kansas City?
I have. Have I? I don't think I have.
It's pretty cool.
I've been to Kansas City. I think I would know if I did then.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. Especially you obviously would never have been able to go there during the Big 12 basketball tournament, but like that is by far one of the most fun things that I get to do every year is go down to that tournament and go to the Power and Light. That place is awesome.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be kind of like that. It's like based on Titletown that they built up at Green Bay. So it'll be cool. Like it's going to be really cool. It just is. I'm interested to see how it all comes together. It's going to make that whole area look a lot different between Hilton and Jack Trice.
I will say this, the conference tournaments, now you brought it up, the Big 12, I've never obviously, like we've been talking about, I never experienced a Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, but one that's really underrated is St. Louis.
Oh, the Missouri
And
Valley tournament? Yeah, March
yes,
Madness.
yeah, and I had an opportunity to go there when my brother was playing there at UNI. That is so underrated. It is such a cool place to host an event like that, and they've done such a good job. I feel like, and I mean, again, UNI had a buzzer beater my brother's last year, and
Mm-hmm.
there's been like crazy finishes when I was going there, so that made it better. But man, they do such a good job with that tournament.
Downtown St. Louis is awesome too.
Yeah,
Like that whole area around there. Around
I
their arena
agree.
is really cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I went to some Cardinals games last summer, and that one it's really fun to go down to their ballpark village. They've got right
yeah,
around the stadium. That place is
yeah,
really cool.
super cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right, Eli Manning went undercover at Penn State walk-on tryouts for a segment on Eli's places. Named Chad Powers. Chad Powers looked like he was about 35 years old or older. Even he's looked older than what Eli is in real life. And they had the quarterbacks coach. And I don't know if that was the quarterbacks coach or like a grad assistant or what that was out there leading him in quarterback drills during that workout. What's going through your mind though if you see this guy come in and start just slinging it around, making like NFL throws?
I feel like another question should be like, first off, I feel like I'm spacing on Coach Franklin, right? He's the head
James
coach.
Franklin. Yeah.
I feel like obviously Coach Franklin knew he was there.
Yeah, he was in on it. Yeah.
But the quarterback coach, I don't think was he?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else was besides James Franklin.
So is it a testament to like the quarterback coach I mean, I think he did say something like this Powers kid has something special. We should sign him or something.
Yeah.
But is it bad that he didn't recognize like he was a professional quarterback for being a quarterback head coach? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, he didn't really look like Eli. You know, he looked like Matthew McConaughey's character in True Detective. I mean,
and he ran a 5.49, so that didn't.
Right, a 5.49. Holy cow, dude, that's freaking slow, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like in Eli, even Eli himself doesn't look like an NFL quarterback, you know, or what you would expect to see from an NFL quarterback. So, like, I don't know if you should expect to see Eli Manning at walk-on tryouts. What do you think the receivers are thinking, though? You know, they had to have been like, there's something going on here.
That's what I'm saying.
These like, walk-ons trying to try out, and they've got this guy slinging it in there at him. I'd be like,
slinging in like his right in the breadbasket every throw. I'm like, they have to know. The head coach had the head quarterback coach had to know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I thought it was awesome because I remember Kyrie Irving doing something like this when he would show up.
Uncle Drew. Yeah, Uncle Drew.
Yeah. That was super. I think more athletes should do this. Just go in disguise. And
I saw Bryce Harper, I think, did that at like a junior college or something, and went and showed up and tried to do a workout with a junior college team like he was trying to make the team. And it's like he's just hitting tanks. I saw Greg Maddux, I think, did something like that one time. Yeah, that would be it would be kind of fun to be a professional athlete like that and be Kyrie Irving, go and just like get all dressed up and then go cook normal people, you know,
just mess around. But I feel like I'm surprised. I wonder if this happened that there's one bad person just like loses their shit over.
100%. That's what I've always, you see the Black Ops runs in like the NBA runs in Los Angeles. And I've always wondered, it's like, you know, it's a Sunday morning. I got pretty drunk last night. I just want to get a run in and just like sweat. You know, and you go to the LA Fitness and LeBron James shows up, Carmelo Anthony shows up, and all of a sudden you're out there running with like 15-year NBA vets, you know, and it's just you. And I've always wondered what that would feel like. I feel like it would be equal parts horrifying and equal parts awesome.
There'd be a lot of emotions.
Yeah, happening. It would be a surreal moment, I think, where you stand there and you're like, holy shit, I'm guarding LeBron James at LA Fitness.
Then he dunks on you and you throw up from your hangover.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part, is that you would know then that you're going to get your ass kicked. Like you have no hope here.
Well, yeah,
you know?
I mean, I would hope most people that are like that.
No, you know, there's the guy that shows up and he's like, oh, I'm cooking him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's always that one guy. I remember, this reminds me of a story real quick. My brother Matt, he didn't play basketball after college. I wish he would have, because he was a phenomenal player, but he went to North Liberty and played a couple games in the rec center, and he was just doing it just to like stay in shape, have some fun, enjoy the game. And he said there's this dude like picking him up full core, like face guarding him.
Oh, I
And
believe it. Yeah.
yeah. And at one point he was like trying to fight him and stuff. And I think he only played one game. And after that, Matt was like, I'm done. I'm never doing this again. I was like, what is wrong with people? Like, can you just like one? I don't know if you're jealous of what he did in college, or if you had like history or beef with him, but like, why can't people just be fucking normal? What
Man,
happened?
I just realized that you've never experienced old man runs, man.
I
Like that,
haven't.
dude. It is a different breed of basketball. I'm just gonna tell you right now. You're not obviously there yet, but when you get there, you're gonna learn. These motherfuckers take it serious. They take it serious, all right? Like, I'm not playing with you right now. I've played in some rec leagues and things like that, and some town leagues, and it's good competition. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's some good ball players out there, and there's guys, and it's always a lot of fun for the most part. There's just those couple bad apples. But I have been in some scenarios, man, where people have wanted to fight me, or wanted to fight my friends, or wanted to fight. There's this one time we were playing against these two guys from Ames, they're brothers, and we killed them, like destroyed their team. And they came up, and I was going to go up and dunk one right at the end of the game. And the guy came, I probably shouldn't have, but the guy came in and fouled me really hard for no reason. And I was like, all right, man, we get it if that's what you wanted to do. And then he told me he wanted to meet me in the parking lot. And I was like, I don't know why you want to meet me in the parking lot, bro. I was like, I haven't done anything. I was like, I was just going to put the ball in, and you're the one that's freaking out about it. This, like, that happens all the time. So that doesn't shock me at all that was your brother's experience, is all I'm saying.
I actually do have an experience. It was not like an old man league, but we went to the Iowa City or the University of Iowa Rec Center as a team.
Yeah, I'm sure it happened there too. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 5. It was like me, Tyler Cook, Cordell Pemsel, Macy Daly, and Ryan Kriener. Like,
let me ask you this: why the fuck are you guys out there playing with your whole fucking squad? It's like you're on 2K, and you guys should all be in the pro-am, bro. Like, what are you doing?
I kid you not. Like, I'm pulling up from half and core. Like, we're just hitting everything. Like, Tyler
messing with people. Yeah,
just throwing it down on people. And we're playing like us 5. Like, we're playing us as a team against other people.
Yes.
We're like, we showed up. I remember we showed up. We were like, we got next. And everyone was like laughing, like we're joking. We're serious. And we started running the courts. And then these two brothers show up, and they're like, man, fuck y'all. We can beat your ass. Let me get our group together, and we'll play you guys. And it was a quick 21-0. And I thought Macy Daly is one of the funniest dudes I know. He was like literally chirping these dudes. I honestly thought like there was about to be a brawl, because Macy kept going and going and going and going. I'm like, bro, we gotta leave. Like, we gotta go. There's something bad about to happen.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. I played at the rec center sometimes with my roommate that I still live with him now. He's my roommate at Iowa State too. But he was like, he's a pretty good player. He played at DMAC and then went to Omaha and was going to play there, and a bunch of stuff happened. But he came to Iowa State, and me and him would go and play all the time. We would just pick up 3 random people and be like, all right, let's go run the courts. And Cam Lard, Nick Weiler-Babb, and Jordan Ashton came in one time. And like they had, we'd played for a long time, like 3 years by this point. And it was like when we showed up, usually we were some of the better people there. So they asked us if we wanted to play with them. And then we were beating people like 15-2. It's like over, and just the game would start, and then we'd score 14 in a row and then start to mess around and then let people score a couple points, So I get it. Like, but yeah, that people take that shit serious. They probably take it personal,
I give be competitive, like you said earlier, like with the old man league, but I feel like it gets to the point everywhere. Like, I guess like you said, I haven't really experienced it, but there's always that one person that just.
Why do people always want to fight you on the basketball court? That's all I want to know. Like, you've came in here, told a lot of stories about people wanting to fight you. Why does everybody want to fight you on the court? What are you doing?
Me personally?
Yeah, you talking about last week about the guys wanting to fight in the locker room. Now everybody wants to fight you at the rec center.
Fighting in the locker room. What did I say last week? I don't remember.
You were saying the guys were banging on your locker room door. Who were we talking about? North Dakota, maybe? I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'm never the one to ever talk shit first. I'm always the second guy. I'm reactive. I'm not proactive. So, like, I'm gonna talk shit back
at the rec center. At the rec center.
That time it wasn't mostly. It was mostly Meishi. That was mostly.
Okay.
If we had Meishi on right now, he would be laughing his ass off because he was antagonizing those guys. And I was literally, I was almost the babysitter that day because I was like, guys, we got to go. And I'm 6 foot and everyone around me is 6'8", 6'9", and they're gonna continue talking shit to these guys. My hands were tied, man. North Dakota, my hands were tied.
Dude, I'll tell you
Portland State, my hands were tied. Iowa State, my hands were tied.
I'll tell you right now that if I was at the rec playing against you guys and Ryan Creener or any of them talk shit to me, I would look at him and be like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, why? Why are you talking to me, dude? Like, I'm not the college basketball player here, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't get that. That no one's talking shit to me like that. I'd be laughing at them. That's ridiculous.
I agree. I am right there with you.
Yeah. All right. This is why people get in fights at the old man basketball.
We finally got down to the nail.
Yeah, it's because there is that one guy that's like, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna talk shit to people out on the court in old man basketball, and it's like, bro, you gotta like go home and take care of your kids after this, dude. And you're out here calling me a bitch, bro. Like, what are you doing?
You got a whole family to support, man.
All right, you want to talk about this Amani Bates story that came out over the weekend?
Yeah, man. I don't know. This is just.
It's a weird deal. It's a weird situation. For people who don't know, Amani Bates, formerly the #1 overall recruit in the I think the 2022 class, but then he reclassified to 21, played last season at Memphis, had a tough year at Memphis. On Sunday, he was arrested about 2 miles from, or transferred to Eastern Michigan, and he'll start playing there this year. He was arrested on Sunday at about 2 miles from campus in Superior Township, Michigan, after sheriff deputies discovered a firearm in a vehicle he was driving. Since then, his lawyers come out and said that he'd borrowed the car and then there was a gun inside. Not a very good way to make your first introduction to the MAC, I guess, since going to back to Michigan. What did you think of this?
The thing I'm concerned about, like maybe I'm reading too deep into this and my philosophical nature of me being me is going to come out here, but I'm reading into the article and it's talking about transferring. Obviously there's issues in Memphis and everything that he was dealing with personally and whatever last year, but transferring to Eastern Michigan, he's talking about how he wanted to be around his guys that he grew up with and playing with and being around, how much he enjoyed being around. And then this happens. It doesn't look good. I mean, you surround yourself with people.
Yeah.
There's 5 people you surround yourself with, you're going to turn into those people, right? I feel like maybe I'm digging too deep, but I feel like it's almost that situation where he's going back. Obviously, these guys are Division I players, but maybe he's even talking about his friends that he knows back home and they went to that school. I don't know. I just feel like he's surrounding himself around some negative activity. Obviously, you have to be in this situation in the first place.
Wasn't there some weird stuff with his high school?
Yeah,
did his dad like start a school or something? Like start a prep school?
Yeah, he started like the own basketball program through the prep school. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's been a lot of weird deals with that guy. Like, I feel like
it's really too bad, man. He's like very talented and very raw player. I mean, he's only 18 years old. He had so much potential, and
they played against Iowa State last year, and I was like, this kid ain't gonna last very long playing the way that he was playing. I mean, you could see that he really wanted to be a point guard, and he's probably not a point guard. You know, I think it's just, which is like that. You live and learn. It is what it is. But I feel like getting out of Memphis was probably the right move, but this is probably not the right way to start after getting out of Memphis, I would say. Yeah, I'm interested to see how good he is as a player on the court, though, during playing against those teams.
I mean, hopefully he gets on the court. At this point, like I'm praying and hoping. I'm rooting for the kid. I hate to see athletes suffer and get caught up. I mean, he's 18 years old. He's still really young. It's just a terrible situation. I hope whatever he's surrounding himself with, he finds optimism and happiness and whatever that environment is.
Hopefully somewhere that he can be successful, get fewer distractions and just go be able to play ball. Because like you said, he is a really talented player, obviously. Like we were able to see that from what he was able to do in high school. And just Figure out a way to make it carry over. All right, we're not gonna. We'll skip. We'll come back to dumbass of the week because that would be a tough transition after that story. We'll do this new segment, in or out. I've got 3 stories for you here. You're gonna tell me if you're in or out on the subject of the stories. All right, Des Moines restaurant. The headline: Des Moines restaurant welcomes new team member Rosie the robot. This is from WHO 13. A restaurant in the East Village has expanded their team with a new worker, Rosie the Robot. Barrel House opened their Court Ave location in August, and about 2 weeks ago, they welcomed Rosie to their team. Apparently, Rosie takes customers' food to the table. Are you in or out on robot food service workers?
I'm out. I am creeped out about this whole situation. I want people serving my food and handing me my food. I don't even like buffets. Like, give me the chills. I don't know why. Like,
even like before COVID.
Yes, even before COVID, like just the whole concept of you're standing in the line and waiting for food, and these people are looking over your food that you're about to eat, and you're about to touch the spoons. I am the farthest away from a germaphobe, but for whatever reason, I don't know with
So
buffets.
wait. But you do want a person to carry your food to you at the table. You just don't want other people to interact with your food at the buffet.
Hey, listen, it's quite the dilemma going on in my head right now. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Okay.
But all you know is you're out on the robot.
I'm out. Yeah.
You're not fucking with the robot.
No robot. I've seen iRobot. I know how this goes.
That's exactly what. Not enough people on this planet have seen iRobot or any of the other numerous movies where the AI take over and ruin all of us. I remember back in the day when everybody was scared the robots were going to take our jobs. Now we're celebrating them on the news. I'm just saying.
Fuck that. I'll kill a robot. I'll pull up on that.
All right. There was a massive leak over the weekend of footage from the highly anticipated game Grand Theft Auto 6, which has been in development for a really long fucking time.
Long time.
And there was hours and hours of footage. 90 videos from the game appeared online on September 18th. Are you in or out on the Grand Theft Auto series at this point?
I'm in. I love Grand Theft Auto.
I love Grand Theft Auto, dude.
Yes. I'm role playing with my friends on Discord, all the time. I'm excited for a new Grand Theft Auto. And it's been 10 years, I think.
Yeah, I think it has been. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't understand why they've remade the Grand Theft Auto 5 so many times, but I don't know if there will ever be a game that will have a life as long as that one has had. Again,
absurd.
People are still updating it. They're still doing new stuff on it. No, I'm all in on Grand Theft Auto. The new leaks actually look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So that, if anything, I think that was more of a promotional thing for him at the end of the day.
I'm also in on it being a conspiracy with them actually hyping this up by them saying someone leaked it, but actually,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is going to work out better for them in the end.
It's crazy.
It's been 10 years. Like the people need something. The people need.
You can't tell me the game wasn't done already.
And it's still, every time I hear something about it, they're pushing it back. That game's not supposed to come out until 2027 or something crazy like that. I don't know. I'm gonna be like a married man with kids by the time that the Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. That's gonna be a tough look. No, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking hypothetically.
No way.
This is it's been a long ass time. When we
major announcement.
When can we just get the game? When can
major
we just get the game?
announcement.
That's all I want. No,
wait, hold on.
No, when can we just get the game? That's what I want to know. All right, Kanye West has severed his ties with the Gap. One of the weirdest collaborations I think that there probably has been in 2022. I think that there's a lot of reasons why Kanye did it. It was a weird story. Are you in or out on Kanye at this point? That's basically where I'm going to take this.
First off, his quote that he has in this article is one of the most goated quotes I think I've ever read in my life. He says, how am I gonna you have to read it. I can't remember the exact words.
Is it where he says, don't bring a leader in and have him not lead? Why would I argue with people who are getting paid by the Gap? I'm sorry. I'm not going to argue with people who are broker than me about money.
Yes. I mean, how factual is that though?
Yeah.
It's just like with doing, you're going to do finance with a guy that's doing well, right? Financially. You're not going to mess with someone that has no idea what they're doing.
Right.
Facts.
Man, that are you in or out of Kanye then? Are you in or out on Kanye? Just in general.
I feel it's like politically incorrect for me to say I'm a Kanye supporter at this point. I don't even know what I can say in today's environment. I mean,
I don't I'm still a supporter of Kanye. I really like his music. I think Kanye can be a real weirdo sometimes. He just needs to
I think he's ahead of his time, in my opinion.
calm down. Yeah, I mean he's proven to be in a lot of different ways. So you're probably right. You know, like I 100% believe you. I'll never be out on Kanye's music though. He'd probably have to do some pretty horrible stuff before I'd get to that point. All right, now we'll do dumbass of the week. The first story that I have here. Did you see the picture of the bus and the school bus in South Carolina that crashed in the front of a store?
How fast? First of all, how fast was he going to? I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty inside the store.
yeah. It's all the way up to the front windshield of this school bus through the front of a neighborhood store in North Charleston. There were 7 people injured. We hope that everybody turns out to be okay. Yeah, they said some students were injured. Hopefully they're all right. But man, this is tough, dude. I don't know how you crash through a brick building like that. That's crazy. Yeah, it's got to be up
There's
there.
like the whole seatbelt dilemma too. Like, I feel like we wear a
Yeah,
seatbelt on us.
I feel like there's got to be some investigation here. Driving erratically would probably be a pretty easy one to point out at that point.
Yeah.
All right, I think is going to be the winner for the week. The COO of Beyond Meat was arrested on Saturday and charged with felony battery and making a terroristic threat after a fracas outside a football game in which he's accused of biting a man's nose, officials said. Beyond Meat Chief Operations Officer Doug Ramsey has been accused of a road rage attack outside Saturday's game between Arkansas and Missouri State in Fayetteville. Police report says a 53-year-old Fayetteville man attacked another man who tried to inch in front of him in a parking garage traffic lane and made contact with a wheel on Ramsey's sport utility vehicle. A police responding to the reported disturbance arrived to find 2 males with bloody faces. Yeah, he punched the guy. He punched through the back windshield of the other car. The driver in the other vehicle said he emerged from his car, and Ramsey pulled him in close and started punching his body, bit the owner's nose, ripping the flesh at the tip of his nose. Who bites someone's nose in a fight?
Especially a guy that is a COO of a company that prides himself in not like they're beyond meat. I just find ironic. There's irony in the whole.
I think there's some irony in him being a big Razorbacks fan too, being an Arkansas fan. Like that's kind of that just is kind of weird. I don't know about that. That guy is.
I was researching this, Jared, and actually there is a third. I can't remember if it's the third or fifth. There's a third. I think the third class action lawsuit has been filed against the company Beyond Meat because they have been lying about the ingredients in their food, and I think there's actually meat in the food supposedly. I don't know.
So you're telling me the guy who bit someone's face might work for a shady company?
I mean, everything's flowing together. It makes sense.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably safe to say that they're probably doing some shady shit based on the fact that this guy is doing this stuff. That is something else. All right, there's a rabies alert issued over a raccoon taken into a North Dakota bar. A woman walked into a North Dakota bar carrying a raccoon, leading health officials to warn those who had contact with the animal about possible rabies exposure. What's your reaction if somebody walks into the bar with a raccoon?
I'm running the fuck away. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I would have some serious questions.
Like, what are we doing?
I want to know if this is this a tamed raccoon?
I don't care. I'm not a fan of raccoons. Seen too many of them. I've hit too many. I hit a whole family. I wiped out a whole bloodline of raccoons in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, on the way home from a speaking engagement I did last summer. I'm not even joking. I saw mommy raccoon, daddy raccoon, son raccoon, grandson raccoon, and great grandson raccoon all run in front of me. Like I'm not
at the same time.
Yes, I'm not. My car. I finally sold my car. Thank the Lord. But my car had like blood marks. Like it was the middle of the night. I was driving home from Unpleasant to my apartment in Iowa City. And I was in the middle of nowhere in the back road. And there's not even the whole bloodline. I'm surprised I didn't wipe the whole species out with my car. It was
Well, I
close.
wish now these people in North Dakota are wishing that you had, so that they didn't have to worry about exposure to a potential rabies outbreak. Don't take raccoons to the bar, people, please.
I don't even have a raccoon as a pet. What are we doing here?
People in this Iowa town won't have to pay property taxes this year.
This one is insane. This might be my vote right here.
The folks in Zering failed to file their budget on time, and now none of the people that live in the town will have to pay their property taxes. Or at this point, wouldn't you think you'd probably want those public officials to stay in office? If your level of incompetence is so much that it's going to save me tax money, then we might as well just roll with it. You know,
hire those guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, y'all are in there for life. In there for life.
For life.
Man, I can't imagine the property taxes in Zering are.
They're absurd. I bet.
I'm gonna go on a limb and tell you they're probably not. All right, an Iowa man has been fined for harassing a TV weatherman over climate change. Oh my God, this makes it even better. An Iowa man has been fined $150 for sending a string of harassing emails to a television meteorologist concerning climate change. Oh, Danny Hancock of Lennox began sending emails to Chris Gloninger, the chief meteorologist for KCCI Channel 8 News in Des Moines in June. Man, how mad about climate change do you have to be to send someone emails about it for 2 months and get really mad about it?
I imagine Danny Hancock to have he's living in an RV and he has all these maps up and the biggest what movie is it where the whole world 2012 there's that
Independence Day. No.
I'm thinking of 2012 when the movie
2012
and that Woody
but he's saying that it doesn't exist. He's saying climate change doesn't exist.
I know it's the complete opposite. It's that guy, but it's in.
You are a worthless Biden puppet, a liar, a conspiracy theorist, and an idiot. You give Iowa a bad name. Go home. I assume this censored word is bitch. Back to be calling grown men bitches. What are we doing, man? Why are we doing this? People do it on the basketball court, the old man basketball court. People are now doing it in the emails to the meteorologists.
If there's a controversy, that's what. Anything needs to be solved is that one right there.
And talk about holding people accountable. That $150 fine. I'm sure really he's going to learn his lesson.
I wonder what he said after he got
Which one are you? Who's dumbass of the week? The guy that is emailing the meteorologist, the people that didn't get their budget filed, the person who brought a raccoon into the bar and might have given everybody rabies, the guy who bit someone's nose, or the guy who drove a school bus straight into the front of a store in South Carolina. This is a tough one.
There's a lot of good options. I really like the property tax is so funny. How do you just not file? I
feel like that one should almost be celebrated more than it should be.
I agree. The fine, the TV.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Climate change situation we got going on.
I actually think it's the Beyond Meat guy. That's something else to bite anybody in the nose.
Those are top three. Those are hilarious.
Yeah. All right, a couple more that I wanted to bounce off you here just real quick. These are just a couple random things. This comes to us from Germany, where a trail of slime led German customs officials to a bag of giant snails. German customs officials say a trail of slime led them to a stash of almost 100 giant African land snails and other items hidden inside bags at Dusseldorf Airport this month.
Dusseldorf.
In total, officials found 6 bags containing 93 giant snails, which is about 62 pounds of fish and smoked meat, and a suitcase full of rotting meat. All had been imported from Nigeria and were destined for an African goods store in Western Germany. What's going through your mind if you're working customs at the German airport, at Dusseldorf Airport in Germany, and you find a bag of snails?
I'm more the raw meat too. How do they just? Obviously, this can be pretty apparent that there's some shady shit going on. You can probably smell it.
Yeah, probably. They said it was the first time they'd ever been able to find customs violations from slime.
I would like to see behind the doors of customs and what they
Oh, I bet there's some
confiscate.
weird shit back there. There's some weird shit back there.
I
You
bet
already
there's
know.
like aliens and shit back there.
Did you hear about when the guy flying? I can't remember where he flew from. Somewhere into Australia, I think, and he had taken a burger from McDonald's with him, and they had to
Oh, yep.
confiscate it in customs.
Yeah.
They got to take everything, man, including your giant snails. All right, an Alabama woman is suing McDonald's for millions after a drive-through visit went wrong. A Defuniak Springs woman, I have no idea how you say
That's
that,
a big fucking word.
has filed a lawsuit against a Dothan McDonald's after alleging she was served, quote, chemicals in a cup and was denied medical attention from the staff. According to the lawsuit, Sherry Head was in the drive-thru of the McDonald's which in this place in Alabama when she ordered a coffee in December 2021. Through the drive-thru speaker, heard one employee say her coffee was unavailable because the machine was being cleaned. Another employee immediately said, "No, it's ready to go." She said, quote, "I took a sip and immediately my mouth and throat went numb, then started burning. Now I have permanent scarring in my throat and may need to have corrective surgery." McDonald's and the coffee, man, they can't get this thing figured out. First it was too hot. Now they can't clean the machine. Now they're like, they can't clean the machine so bad that they put people in the hospital. And then they didn't even give her medical attention. They said that she drove back around and tried to get help, and they slammed the drive-through window in her face.
There's something weird going on with this story, and I can't really put my finger to it. One, if this story holds true, she's about to be a millionaire.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Two, the whole chemicals in the coffee situation, I always thought there was something going on with the Coca-Cola McDonald's because there's no way it can be that. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I can't stop drinking it. When I start drinking, I want more and more and more. Then I start itching when I don't have it, and I want more of it. I just can't. I don't know what's going on. They're putting something
really
in it.
Love that Coke from McDonald's.
Itching it now.
The chemicals in a cup. No, I do know that they actually put more carbonation into the. Did you know this? They put more carbonation into the drinks at McDonald's. That's what makes them so good. That's like why the Sprite is so crisp.
Well, they also don't they put the syrup stuff on, like it's refrigerated too,
Yeah.
and the straws are like a certain like dimension, like width wise. That there's
McDonald's has this shit down to a science. They just can't clean the coffee machine.
They're genius.
Except for when it comes to cleaning the coffee machine. Apparently.
Well, or trying to fix the damn ice cream machine.
Or the ice cream machine.
I kid you not, I went there. I'm not even joking. I went there. It was in Okoboji, 4 weeks ago, and I was going to get a McFlurry with my girlfriend, and we're in the drive-thru, or we go to the drive-thru window. We're like, "Hey, can we get 2 McFlurries?" They're like, "Oh, our ice cream machine's down." See the car in front of me, drive off, and they got a fucking ice cream cone.
Well, the McFlurry machine is always the one that has the problems, isn't it? It's not I think they can always do the cones. It's always the McFlurry machine for some reason is broken. I think they're lying though, dude. There ain't no way that machine's broken that much. They're lying. They probably cleaned it, and they know they're gonna give people chemical in a cup if they're gonna, and it's like the place is about to close or something.
I don't know.
Apparently, I cut McDonald's workers too much slack at this point, based on that previous story. All right, last thing, black market product of the week.
Penises.
This is the headline. Nigeria seizes donkey penises to be smuggled to Hong Kong. This is from the Associated Press. Nigerian officials have seized thousands of donkey penises that were about to be exported to Hong Kong. An official said on Thursday, sacks of donkey male genitals were seized at the international airport in Laos. Nigeria's largest city. The consignment was falsely declared as cow male genitals, but after due examinations, my export officers discovered they were donkey male genitals.
How does he know? Like,
how did they have a customs agent that knows the difference between a horse's penis and a donkey's penis, or a cow's penis and a horse and a donkey's penis?
I'm scared for just customs as a whole, what they experience after these 2 stories we heard. That's a lot of fucking penises.
Although the seizure of donkey genitals meant for export from Nigeria is rare, donkey skins are known to frequently exported or smuggled out of the country. In July, the Nigerian customs seized $116,000 worth of donkey skins I didn't know that donkey things were so valuable. I suppose.
Yeah, I was reading supposedly they're like very infertile, so you can't really breed them. So there's like a big demand for donkey skin.
Oh, I thought they were gonna eat them. I didn't understand. So there's like a scientific reason for
I
shipping
don't
them.
know. There's when I see stuff like this, it makes me wonder what else is out there. Like people are smuggling. We just found last week what happened out of this. Like what's going on in the world?
This is what I'm
Is
telling
this
you,
the
dude. There's
end?
something being stolen.
Is
No, this
this
is
the
not the
end?
end. This is not the end.
Is Armageddon near?
Did you just decide to be like? Did you put your tinfoil hat on before you decided to do the podcast today? Did you drink McDonald's Coke?
I think that's what it was. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I did have Diet Coke for lunch, actually, now that I think of it, but it wasn't from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh,
You had a
I
lot
might
of
go
energy
get it.
tonight. You were all over the place.
I might get a McDonald's Coke right now that you think of it.
You should. You should. Might as well. Fuck it. We'll talk to everybody again next week. Thanks for listening. Peace.